And the shit just exploded. Tomorrow night we got, there you go. Don't ever disrespect. When I say they coming, they coming. Don't ever disrespect. Weezy!
Yo,
is it true this is your first time on IG Live?
Yeah, that's what this is.
Hey, yo, this is the Fat Joe Show, Weeks.
That's what I thought it was. I ain't know nothing about it.
No, it's the Fat Joe Show.
I'm on the Fat Joe Show. That's the first time I'm on the Fat Joe Show. I don't even know if I'm even on IG Live.
Oh man, shout out to Diddy on the check-in. Diddy done flooded the crib with the Ciroc shit, so I'm drinking the Ciroc.
I see the shoe behind you.
Oh, I always got, that's like you with the skateboards. Me with the sneakers. I'm always, Yo, Weez, they be laughing at my sneaker. You know what I'm saying?
First thing I asked you, when you was on my show, first thing I asked you about was the sneakers.
Yo, listen, thanks for having me on there. Yo, Weez, let me ask you a question, right? You started New Orleans. When did you get on? Like, what age were you when you got on?
I was 10. I was 10 when I was 8 when I started writing. I was 8 when I started rapping. Then I met Stunning when I was 11.
Fuck, since 11 years old. So what, the world know Weezy since 11 years old.
11. That's when Stunning them had Cash Money was just a local record company at the time in New Orleans, and banging through the South at the time. And so I was 11. I lied, told him I was 12 till it was time to sign a contract. He found out my real age, and I thought 1 year older. I thought 1 year older made such a difference. But then I put out my first solo album when I was 14, and after that, everything was history. Thank God.
I think I met you when you couldn't get in the club, and Cash Money was in the club, and you was in the tour bus. I think the first time I met you, you couldn't even get in the club. You was like 13, 14.
Yeah, I wasn't even tripping though, because everybody, all my fans, anybody who knew me at the time, who knew anything about me at the time, I was more attracted to my younger fans anyway. So even at that time, I would have people that's going into the clubs, still coming with their younger sisters, shit like that, still just to see me. So I still got my fans was popping, even though everybody in the club doing their thing. You don't know what's going on that bus. All right.
The shit is, right, so when you was young, I remember hearing the story that you shot yourself by mistake.
Yeah.
How old was you when that happened, Weez?
I was 12. 12.
And you just missed your heart by a little. And the reason I'm asking you that, because it was actually a cop who saved your life, true?
It was very true. A cop named Uncle Bob.
So he came through, he saved your life, right?
What happened was where I got shot at was the projects in my neighborhood. It was the projects in my hood. It was something like the projects. That's what it was. We didn't have a name for it though. With that said though, that was his area. That was his, that was where he worked at. He knew everybody in that area. He knew every kid in that area. Knew every parent in that area. So when he heard it come over his radio, he was just like, wait, what? What? That was that. He heard the shot. He heard the whatever the call come over his radio. So he was off duty. He took it upon himself to just come to He took it. Since he knew the area so well, he was like he wanted to see who the hell it was. So he took it upon himself to come through. And when he came through, he noticed I was still on the floor bleeding, and he noticed the cops was checking the house and rambling through the house. And he took real pride, and he was real upset in the fact that a young kid was still on the floor with a hole in his chest, and the cops jumping all over me, just going to look through the house. So he took it upon himself to pick me up, put me in his arms. He screamed at somebody to come drive the cop car. They drove the car. He sat in the back seat with me. He held me in his arms. He busted through the hospital doors. He made sure there was no waiting. He put me straight into the emergency room. They patched me up, and he made sure I lived. Once he knew I was good, he left. I met him years later in like a restaurant.
God
he would
bless
not even let me pay for his dinner, man.
That's crazy. He was just an honest person, a loyal person. And I asked you that, right? And me, I got a similar story. Of course, I could tell you about all the cop harassment, but one day I was visiting my mother in the projects, and my son choked. Okay. He was just a baby. And so I'm running out the building. And if I think about it now, the nearest hospital was 10 minutes away. He would have died while I was driving him. So a cop car just had pulled up, and the lady cop jumped out and said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "My son is choking." Yeah. So she did the little Heimlich, and she saved his life. Okay. Right? And that's no bullshit.
God bless her. God bless her.
And years later, I met her in the restaurant, and she said, "You know who I am?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "I'm the lady cop that saved your son's life." And I was like, "Oh, my God." So you can't make this up. So now with us seeing this side of the law, and now with what's going on now, what we see with Big George. Yeah. So you have a unique perspective. What do you think about what's going on right now with this cop on Big George stepping on his neck and all that?
I think when we see these situations, I think we also have to understand that we have to get very specific. We have to get so specific, and what I mean by that, we have to stop viewing it with such a broad view. Meaning, we have to stop placing the blame on the whole force and the whole everybody of such a certain race, everybody with a badge, and we have to get into who that person is. And if we want to place the blame on anybody, it should be ourselves for not doing more than what we think we're doing. We leaving it at the reason why people always ask me, like, why you don't say this, why you don't do that, is because what else am I going to do after that? Some people put a tweet out and they think they did something. Some people wear a shirt, they think they did something. What you going to do after that? Did you actually help the person? Did you actually help the family? Did you actually go out there and do something? So if I ain't about to do all that, then I ain't about to do nothing. I pray for you.
You say the follow through is more important than wearing the shirt or talking about it. Is actually
learning about it. What we need to do is we need to learn about it more. If we want to scream about something, know what we're screaming about. We want to protest about something, know what we're protesting about. Because if we want to get into it, it's a bunch of facts that we think we know that we don't know. So if we want to get into it, first know what we're talking about before we talk about it. Because we scream about things that sometimes they isn't even true.
So so you went to jail for 2 years in New York City. And you
not 2 years. Not 2 years. I was in there for like 8 months. 8 months. 8 months on Rikers Island.
I went to see you, man. And shout out to Trey the Truth. He went with me from Houston. And I was so fucking sad when they brought you to see me and you was in handcuffs. I could not believe this shit.
I saw it on your face.
Nah, yo, man, that shit hurt.
Yo, you were so passionate. You were so passionate. I thought I was coming to see you. That's how passionate.
Lil Wayne, let me tell you, it's something unique about you, right? It's like, I was saying this the other day. I said, even though you younger than me, I know when I always say hi to you, wherever you at, I put my head down and I shake your hand like this. Yeah. Right? And I don't do that for everybody, Lil Wayne. I do not do that.
I've seen people greet you. You damn sure don't.
Nah, trust me. I don't do that. And then I start analyzing myself. I say, yo, man, it's like, you probably the first guy that's younger than me that I look up to.
Stop it, Joe. Come on, man. I appreciate that love, Joe. I appreciate that.
Yo, Wayne, I'm telling you some real shit. Like, because I had to analyze myself. I say, yo, man, every time I see Weez, I'm like, yo, and just because I feel like you a rap god. I feel like you a Michael Jackson. Like you the closest version of Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson was famous since you just got off telling us you've been famous since you were 11 years old, bro. And you ain't stopping. The planes ain't different. The house is bigger.
It's this. I really, honestly, Joe. I really owe a lot of that drive, a lot of that people. You got to be born with it, but at the same time, somebody got to be. You got to have somebody that know how to steer it in the proper direction. And I owe all that to Stunner, man. That man, he never quit. He never quit. He never quit. He never said never. He never said die. And I learned that at a very young age, man. And it still haven't left.
Man, that was my next question. My next question was, who inspired you?
Man, all day and every day, it was Stunner, man. I had lost my father, Rabbit, at such a young age, and at that very age, Rabbit told my mama, my mom didn't want me to rap. She knew I was smart. She knew I was very intelligent. She was like, I need you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. You're too smart. But Rabbit, he was like, nah, this boy is really, really good with this rap shit. He was like, listen, he's really, really good. And if you want him to be anything, the best thing we should do is let him go with Baby. And she was like, you sure about that? He was like, I'm very sure. He need to be with Baby and them. And so, with that said, once I lost Rabbit, Stunner became more than a manager, more than a cash money. He was a father figure. So with that said, I looked up to him. I looked up to everything he did and the way he did it. And the way he did things and the way he do things is non-stop. He's committed to everything. Whatever it is, he commit everything to it. They could be playing you on a game. You know how we hear these stories about Jordan and how competitive he is and anything playing quarters and all that. It's not a competitive thing with Stunner. It's a commitment thing with Stunner. If he commit to it, he's committed. And I learned that at a very, very young age. And he never stopped working. I'm talking about somebody that didn't even rap. I was like, why is we going to the studio? Why this man going to the studio every day and night? He's not even getting behind the mic. It was just a drive, and he still do it to this day.
To this day, he in that studio.
Thank God he finally get his ass behind the mic now. Thank God we finally get some words out of him. Yeah, he been doing this shit for a long time without even talking. That's what it started off as. It started off as talking. He would get behind. He started off. He would start talking on songs. And then he started making that shit rhyme.
And he started doing this shit right here.
Yeah, exactly. He started figuring out that, hold up. He was like, once he said something and he started noticing New Orleans was saying it back, he was like, hold up, y'all like me? Hold up. Y'all like me? Hold up. And he started coming out. He started understanding, hold up. I'm hotter than some of my fucking artists. Hold up.
Yo, that shit crazy. And let me tell you something, man. You know, you yourself, man, you picked up right from Stunner. First of all, your work ethic. I never seen nobody work harder than you. Like you, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh yeah.
But I always say I give you the credit for longevity in my career, just because every time I've been in the studio with you, you done had the #1 record out in the world, and you wasn't in the club. You was in that studio 7 days a week.
Trying to make connections.
I was like, yo, I gotta be like him. Because this boy working for real.
Yeah.
And so I turn around, I go like this. So you put on, not only are you an iconic rapper, artist, but you put on 2 other icons with Nicki and Drake.
Yes.
Yo, Weez, that's not easy, man. That's not real.
I know. I had to go through it to find out, but I know.
And how proud are you of, let's say, Drake? You know what this is? Yeah.
Joe, that right there, that's like that is not, I can't explain it no more, no less than, that's like a proud father. No more, no less, man. Proud father watching them graduate and become, successful adults. That's no more, no less. That's what it is. Sit back and you just a proud for feeling like I could retire any day now, man. Now my kids got it, man. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yo, George, I live vicariously through Drake. When I see the Sky Blue airplane this shit, I think I'm buying Sky Blue Rolls Royce like I'm that nigga. He coming with the plane and shit, Sky Blue. I'm like,
yeah.
This shit crazy. And
I want to ask you too. You good too? Cause I think I pulled up the other day. I think the window was busted in the sky blue.
No, not at my shit. Nah.
Okay, that was next door. That was next door.
Yeah, don't scare me, man. Don't scare me.
Yeah, right next door to you, Joe. The police had that whole side of the street blocked off, and they had glass all over the street. I thought that was the sky blue, man.
No, that wasn't me. Thank God it wasn't me, man. Don't say that. Thank
God it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't.
This Corona. So this man, he done went. Who's next on the roster? Who you got next on your roster that you feel is going to be like an icon, the next big one to go?
I never placed that. I never placed that on none of my artists' shoulders. Nobody. I never placed that on none of my artists' shoulders. This is all because you can never tell what anyone is going to like or what we can't predict the temperature of the fans. So if they like it, it's my job to make sure to make the artists understand they need to make them love it.
Man, let me tell you something, man. So rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Man, rest in peace.
So when you found out about Nipsey, because I know you and Lauren, y'all got a kid together.
Yes,
so that touched you in a different way, right?
Yeah, man. A very different way. Very different way. I had to understand, first of all, I had to understand, I had to be more than a friend, and I was more than ready and more than willing to do so. But the most important thing was to teach my son how to become more than just a 10-year-old, And now he got how to become more than just a big brother to his little brother. It was time for him. I had to teach him how to step up and become the man of the damn house at such a young age. And man, he took that driver's seat and he gone. I can't even see him no more. He's so far up the highway.
And the same thing was asked of you. You was 11 years old when you started.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Does he got aspirations? Is he a rapper?
No, man. Nope. That man, he is the rap to him is, that's like asking him to go play the PS4. He's way past that, man. This kid, he's different, bro. He's different, bro. I get texts from Stunner, at 3, 4 in the morning. Literally, the text just say, yo, Wayne, that boy in LA, that little boy is something. I get texts from him just about him, like at 4 in the morning, just saying that he's a different kid, man. I brought him to the World Series. The man next to us asked him, who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite baseball player? That nigga said Jackie Robinson.
Did he say Jackie Robinson?
Bro, that nigga, it was a white man who asked him. That nigga crazy.
Yo, that boy going crazy. He told him Jackie Robinson?
Yeah, man.
Holy shit. So this kid's a genius.
Yes, man. Yes.
And you're in this house, I'm surrounded by girls, my wife, my daughter. Your daughter?
Yes, man. I was
She's
just about to say my queen.
in the game.
Yes, man.
She's the definition of loyal.
Somebody asked me about this literally yesterday. Somebody asked me, they was like, man, she know everything. She know all your words. I was telling them, I explained it to them this way. I said, listen, when she's at one of my shows, I could take 3 to 4 songs off and give her the mic. You know what I mean? I could do that. I could take 3 to 4 songs off and give her the mic and go chill, get my breath and get my wind back up and then come back out. That's how much she knew. Yes.
Nah, you could do it. She hold you down. And one time I got in trouble because I had said that, this is just my opinion, it's not disrespect, but I had felt like Lil Uzi Vert, he got a style from you or influence by you, and the shit went like viral. They was all mad at me and shit. I was like, no, I respect it. I got love for him, but I feel like you influence a whole genre of rap music,
Yeah, I'm proud of it too. Damn proud of it. And speaking of Uzi though, me and him just done one. That bit crazy. Me and him just done one so for the first time. So
y'all just went crazy?
Yeah, for the first time. So it's crazy.
God bless you. You see, that's. Yeah. I mean, I was right on the money.
You was right on the money. You already know. You know he works in mysterious ways, man. Joe, you already know that.
You know, and you know you also the first to do The Rock.